I figured out how to flatten the map here so that I could actually write on it easier. Although this map is still a little kind of washed out, so I don't know how well you guys can see it. Like,
Yeah, I can see that well enough.
You can read like the city names.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, yesterday or last week, you guys set off from Greenest towards Elturel, and made it most of the way there, taking the potentially dangerous shortcut from Burdusk to Elturel,
Oh yeah.
and fought a Manticore. And we kind of had to like rush through the last round, and in fact, the combat isn't quite over.
Oh no!
Oh.
Because
Death cry.
yeah, from up above, you hear the screech of
Hello.
one really angry manticore and see three smaller ones with it.
Oh god! Is it about the same size as the previous one?
One is,
All right.
and they're up in the air.
That's the whole family.
Ugh.
Did we just kill Mama
You're not sure.
or Daddy?
You should be able to tell they have human faces.
That's right.
Yeah, they do. Actually,
All of it with rows of big nasty teeth.
yeah, their faces are kind of disturbing. Actually, I noticed this one in its death animation.
Yeah.
Is extra
Oh,
creepy.
male.
Yeah. Do you want to keep the same initiative, or do you guys want to re-roll?
If you've got the initiative, I suppose it would be simplest to just keep it, right?
Yes. Does anyone remember who got the killing blow on the Manticore?
I did.
It was Jay.
Jay,
Yeah.
Jay
I
knocked
smacked
back
it twice
10 feet,
in a round for like 30 damage.
He did.
Yeah.
Shit.
10 feet or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, Jay is the one who's been primarily hit by it, too. I don't think anyone else even got hurt.
No.
And then didn't we go? Like I healed my horse, so it must have gotten to me. I used lay on hands on my horse.
Yeah, for 1 point or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, we did that. I guess after combat. So maybe we'll just say it's top of the round, and it would be Jay again, actually.
So they're flying over there.
Yeah, they're flying. They're like 30 feet up.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna move next to Diabroth.
Okay.
I'm gonna shield out. And I'm gonna take a defensive action,
Okay.
dodge action or whatever.
Yep. Zeal.
All right. I guess I'll move 30 feet closer to like Jay and Diabroth.
Okay.
And how far away does that put me? Are they in the air or did they land?
They are in the air. They're 30 feet up, and let's see. If 6 inches is
30.
30, they're
150 feet.
150 feet away.
Okay, that's my longbow right there, but I'm not going to attack him.
Wait, actually, that's to the shadow. Maybe 120 feet.
Oh, yeah, I'm still in range. That's fine.
Okay.
I guess I'll take with my. Can I do a ready action with my bow in case they attack somebody?
Yes. And in fact, they go next and they attack somebody.
Oh.
right.
Okay, so I shoot my bow at that first one.
Okay.
Let's see. What am where's my pluses? Yeah, 13.
13?
Yeah, total.
No. It there's a bunch of tree leaves and stuff and such in the way.
All right.
You don't have a very clear shot. All right, they go, and while seeing the three of you around this dead body, currently dead
pissed.
body. They're going to. Oh, that makes her fall. They're going to shoot out a whole bunch of tail spikes at.
Shit.
Let's see. I think this one's going to shoot 3 times at Diabroth, and these 3 are a little bit closer to Zashar, so we'll say these 3 shoot at Zashar. These ones are smaller. They each only attack twice.
Only.
Oh, only twice, huh?
Yeah. Alright, Diabroth first. Okay, those were terrible shots.
Good.
Yeah, they thud into the ground all around you.
I feel like you just might one-shot Jashar or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're not
We'll
raging.
see. Nope, I'm not raging. I have armor class 15.
Alright.
I mean, I do have 33 hit points, but
Yeah. Like I said, these ones are smaller. They're not going to deal the same damage as the adult ones. One regular hit and 1 crit.
ow. What's the crit effect?
It is
Oh,
a piercing critical.
I'm also working on a system that basically does laying waste, Mike. I'll tell you about it later.
Yes, I would love that. Yeah, because these cards, these bleeds and con damage and stuff don't really exist anymore. I'll just have them deal double damage.
It'll be finished in a notebook soon, and I'll type it up for you.
Okay.
You weren't raging last turn, were you? Technically, in the last fight.
No, nope.
Okay, because I was gonna say that would still be on because it's only been 1 turn. But okay.
Okay, the 1 regular hit only does 3 damage.
That's good.
But the crit does 14.
Oh! So I'm down to 16.
Alright. Then it is Tars.
Sorry, I was muted. All right. I'm gonna. How far away am I?
You're like
pretty decent.
Yeah, you're like 150 feet from the nearest one.
Okay. Well, then I'll move up my 30, and I will Eldritch Blast the closest one.
Okay. It's Mama.
16.
Just that's going to be just enough with the tree cover. Yep.
6 damage.
Okay. Where's my pen? There it is. Great. Then it is Diabroth.
I'm gonna cast Bless on me, Jay, and Jashar.
All right.
Nice.
So 3 of you
Love
here are blessed.
And then I'm gonna move up by Jashar.
Okay.
Within right next to him.
Like this side of him, or the
Other
other
side.
side. Other side. You want to like kind of block him.
Not in front. Well, like right
side?
next to. Yeah, there.
Okay.
That's fine.
Great. Nelda.
Can you please show me my current position?
Yeah, you're right here.
And I'm still on horseback, I think, right?
Yeah, if you never jumped off. Yeah, sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
put tokens down for that. But
No, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I'm still on horseback, and as I recall, I was sort of trying to control Jay's. So, like, what do I sense about if I let go of Jay's horse? Is there going to be a problem, or do I get the sense that this horse is probably just going to stay still?
as long as it's not attacked, it'll probably stay still.
Okay, good. Then I guess I'm just going to dismount for my own as well, and move toward the rest of the party.
Okay,
like
so
the
you can
guys
move
up front.
15 feet, right? If on turn you dismount.
In that case, let's make it a double move.
Okay.
So that'll be a total of 45 feet.
Okay, so we'll move you 9 inches.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but I'm not quite up there. That's fine.
Okay. Zashar.
All right. I suppose if I'm next to everybody else, like I should be able to get a shot on this thing, right?
Yep, definitely.
I mean, I definitely want to stay by Diabroth, so he can use his shield action. But yeah, I will shoot. Man, I guess I want to shoot the big one.
Okay.
I want to shoot the little ones to kill them and gain temporary hit points. But I have a feeling that shooting the little ones is a good way to incur the wrath of the big one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot the big one.
Okay.
Ooh, 15.
You got a bless too, so you can.
I know.
add
I
it to-
rolled a 6 on the d20 and a 4 on the d4.
Ooh.
Well, I'm inclined to say that it moved into a position where it had a clear shot on you, like with less tree cover. I think just like from all the way 100 plus feet away, there'd be some tree cover, but I think you've got a clear shot, so it doesn't have cover. So I'll say you.
And it is 120 feet, right?
Uh,
If it's more than
It's
120
like
feet.
45, 50 feet.
no,
Or-
yeah, no, it's well within your range. It's
Okay, cool. Well,
yeah.
should I roll my d10?
Yes, you hit it.
6 damage,
Another 6. Okay.
and then I'll shake a fist and tell it to come down here.
Okay. Back to Jay.
That was like 90 feet away. That's how far they are.
From you, they are 1 inch is 5
Like-
feet,
90 feet?
50,
No, 60.
60. Yeah, 12 inches is 60. 60 feet over and 30 feet up.
I could run right underneath them. I'm gonna go stand in front of Zashar
Okay.
and still try to be next to Diabroth.
Okay.
And I will take I'll take the dodge action again,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, I killed that one.
Yeah, I'm assuming
I
they
don't know
will.
if you
We'll
understand.
Anyone with knowledge nature, if you want to roll it, you can to know if they might understand you, if they're intelligent or whatever.
I've got half proficiency in that due to a bardic ability. Would you like that roll?
Yeah. Yeah.
Imelda, despite her half proficiency, is feeling very proficient right now.
Okay.
I have a +3 to nature, so
Sure.
I got a 16 total.
Yeah, these are Manticores. They are intelligent. In fact, they can speak common.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
They're like evil generally. Like, they'll attack people on sight. They're monsters.
Okay, but they're just sort of intelligent.
Yeah.
They have a higher than 3,
Mm.
or higher than 7 to be
That was
considered
Jake.
sentient.
So then it's actually your turn, Zeal.
Well, I'll just pretty much get 30 feet closer to them, or in a way where I don't have the -2, or they don't have the +2. Where? Because I can also bonus action dash afterwards if I have
Yeah,
to.
I think you got to get around. I'm gonna say this is a big tree here, so this is
It
so you
look-
kind of
it
got to
look-
get to the other side of this.
All right. Well, I'll just stay there for now, take a shot, and see what happens, and I'll choose my bonus action afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm attacking it with the bow, the big one.
Okay.
I got a 13 on the die, 19 total.
Yeah, that hits.
And no one's within 5. It's still in the air, right?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. No sneak attack. So it takes 8 damage.
Okay, picking away at it.
What the heck?
All right, they're up again. They're fine where they're at. This one, in fact, I mean, Zashar is the only one who, out of these three, who actually attacked at them. I think they're just going to keep launching spikes into the three of you. So this one's going to attack. Well, this one got hit by Zashar. I'm going to say the big one is going to attack Zashar this time, and these three will attack at Jay because he's up front.
Oh, yeah, it's in my bonus action. I was going to move 30 feet closer.
Oh, another 30 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to work your way into...
Yep.
Okay. Put you there.
I'm going to use my reaction to give one of the attacks disadvantage.
Okay. Does that work for
to
yourself?
Zashar.
Oh, I'll get for Zashar. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is at disadvantage. And it misses thanks to that.
Yay!
Then the other two attacks on Zashar both hit. Sorry. This is from the adult. Ooh. One hits for 9 damage, and the other hits for 6 damage.
All right. Well, I'm not out. I have 1 hit point left.
Reaction healing word. He's within 60 feet of me, right?
Yes.
Regain 7 hit points. Zashar.
All right,
Zio.
great.
I mean Zashar.
I was like, wait, what? I'm full.
All
Your
right.
names are so close to each other in the chat window, I always confuse them.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to do 6 attacks at disadvantage on Jay because Jay is dodging. Dodging is like the fact that it's all attacks on you, like compared to like the protect is only like a single attack.
Yeah,
Dodging
but
is like
it
really
takes
good.
takes an action to dodge, so you can't
That's
do
true.
anything else.
Yeah, you're right. Versus a reaction. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Attack 1. Oh yeah, what's your AC right now, Jay?
19.
19. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult for them. All right. So miss. Oh, miss by 1.
Yes.
Miss. Attack 4. Miss. Attack 5. Miss. Attack 6. Miss.
Nice.
Okay. Then
We just see Jay rolling around on the ground.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's got a
just,
shield.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing the running back and forth, and they're all just like behind him. They just can't track him.
Or he's doing like the Spartan duck with his shield.
Yeah.
No, he's doing the Matrix. He's just like, whoa.
I can't do that because Zashar is right behind me.
Yeah, right.
Well, then it's Tars.
I'm gonna move up another 30. Does that give me a view of any of the smaller ones, like within range?
Let's see. Yeah, actually, one of the small ones you've got a line of sight around it without the tree cover.
I'm gonna attack that one.
Let me double check its range though. Needs to be 120 inches. Or wait, sorry, it needs to be. Wait, 6 inches is 30 feet, so it needs to be.
24.
24 inches? Yeah, no, sorry, it's over 120 feet away.
To the big one again.
All right.
That's 16 again.
That hits again.
All right. 4 damage, and I'm pushing it 10 feet.
Ooh, okay. Okay. 4 damage. All right. Then Diabroth.
I will drop my sword and pull out the crossbow.
The +1 crossbow?
Yeah. And take a shot.
Okay.
That is a 19.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 23 less. All right.
On the big one?
Yep. Ooh, 10 damage.
Nice hit.
There we go.
Did it catch fire?
It does
Yeah,
not
that'd be
light on
great.
fire.
I kind of want to do that to one of the little evil babies.
Yeah, I don't know how tough the evil babies are, though.
Yes. We'll see. Then we got Imelda.
Can you give me my range to the allies in the group up there?
Yes, you're here. You are.
Oh man, my fig is really hard to see on that.
Yeah.
So what's the distance?
Looks like well, 9 inches is what, 45?
So it's like 45 feet. Okay.
45, less than 60 feet.
Let's see then. So I'm going to make a beeline for the allies. So just make that a 30-foot move.
Okay.
Once I'm there, what's my range to the nearest Manticore?
Looks like 60 feet over, but then 30 feet up.
60 feet over, 30 feet up. Okay, so I think that will be within the range of this. So let's target a sleep spell on the 3 small Manticores.
Okay.
Oh.
See if I can get them to drop out of the sky.
Yeah, what's the range on sleep?
It's 90 feet.
Okay.
And then it's like you create a 20-foot sphere, and the range of that is within 90 feet of you. So I'm sure I think I can hit those 3.
Got it. Yes, I think you can.
This will be a roll of 5d8, and you recall that basically the lowest hit points things are affecting first. So their speed will drop to 0, so I'm hoping that I can just drop them out of the sky and make them take some falling damage.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, pretty decentish roll. 22 hit points are affected.
Okay. 22, huh?
Sounds like it's not going to be any of them, is it?
It's just shy of 1.
Oh well.
At least now we know.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Some damage to him now.
Yeah.
Give me a good crit sneak attack. I got it.
Man, I thought that because they were small. Oh well.
Yeah, they're still medium size.
And
They're not-
5e, things in 5e still have an assload of hit points.
Yeah. Yeah, the adults are large size, but I mean they're medium size. They're not babies anymore. All right, then it's Zashar.
Well, since I am hit so bad and have been volleyed so many times, I think they're going to continue. Like, even though they've shown they're intelligent, I don't think they're going to land anytime. I'm going to look for some cover and take a dodge action.
Okay. Yeah, I mean there's trees like maybe like 10, 20 feet behind you.
Great, 20 feet behind me is enough because I can move 30. So I'll move into the trees and I'll take some cover and take the dodge action and say, let's wait it out. They're going to run out of spikes eventually.
That's true. I do need to keep track of their spikes.
More importantly, I have a trash armor class and I can't keep taking hits.
All right, Jay.
I'm going to move 30 feet towards them, take the dodge action.
Okay.
They're going to hit me.
All right, Zeal.
Let's see. Oh, is there any way to move 30 feet and not have a penalty anymore?
Not have a penalty?
Oh, the cover, because I'm shooting through trees.
Yes, yeah, you can get. If you get to here, it looks like.
It's a slight little leafy coverage.
Yeah, it's just slight. I think.
It's the edge of the tree.
Yeah, I mean the babies for sure. If you wanted to attack any of them.
You know what? I'll shoot the baby on the left.
Okay.
Him or her, whatever. I rolled a 10, so 16.
Okay, it hits.
Or 9.
Okay.
Then, as a bonus action, I just there.
You what?
As a bonus action, I stay there because there's nothing really I can do unless I want to move again.
Okay. Great. All right, they're up. This baby howls in pain. The mom's gonna attack you.
Yep, I figured. That's why I did it.
Oh damn.
It's gonna move a little bit to do that. Okay. Actually, it's gonna move in front of the baby. Like that. And let's see, 3 attacks on Zeal. 2, 3, and 5 on the dice.
Nice.
Um,
I pull the Matrix.
mhm. And yeah, I guess they're gonna keep attacking the, going for Jay. There's a hit. Miss. Miss. Miss.
I'm going to be using a cutting words, Mike, on the damage roll of that one that hit him.
Okay. Does that just have the or you roll to?
I'll roll a d6 and tell you how much to subtract.
Okay. Well, it's 7 damage.
Now it's 2 damage.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. That's all they got. Tars.
Another 30 feet. Does that put me like in dense tree cover so I can't see anything, or?
No, actually, it gets you. I mean, if you're heading towards them, it gets you
Yes.
into better visibility. Actually, you can see all of them pretty clearly.
Okay, yeah, I was just seeing all that shadow, and it looked like it was all tree. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I'm probably in line with the small ones now.
Actually, because the mom moved, you can hit any of them.
Oh, she's gonna feel guilty about that.
The injured small one
Yeah.
has to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
What is that? Hold on. So let me see what mine is now. 14.
It fails.
Bong. 11 damage.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Toll the dead.
Yep.
Okay. It is told.
Oh wow, it is one tap.
It's told and nearly dead.
Oh,
I'm in damage should take it down.
hi, Mama. Come get me.
All right.
I was gonna suggest attack. I'm gonna attack a different one, but okay.
Diabroth.
Pull the baby.
I
Pull
will.
the baby. Burn it.
I'll take a shot at the little injured baby.
Mm-hmm.
I want to attract Mama's attention.
Okay.
I don't know if this is gonna hit. 12 Yeah.
Nope.
Dang it.
That's with your bless.
Yeah. I was a 7 on the die, so.
Nope.
And your dexterity sucks.
All right.
Yeah, it's a 0.
All right. Imelda.
Can you please zoom in on my position?
Yep, you're right here.
So I'm right next to Zeal and Zashar.
Yep.
Diabroth is up there trying to tank. Well, I'm at full hit points. I'm gonna move 30 feet closer to the big one.
Okay.
I think that'll put me in a 60-foot range to do shatter.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll have to tell me if I can have a point where a 10-foot radius sphere would hit 2 of them, and with that's within 60 points of me. Maybe I could hit 2 like that.
What was the radius in the sphere?
10-foot sphere.
Yeah, this one moved.
10-foot radius.
Yeah, this one moved in front of the injured one, so yeah, they're within
Okay,
10
yeah,
feet of each
yeah.
other.
Let's do a shatter to hit both of them.
Okay.
Please, both of them will make Constitution saves DC 14.
Okay. The little one fails. The big one succeeds.
Okay, the big one will take half this thunder damage. The little one will take full thunder damage. The thunder damage is 15.
Ooh.
So big one will take only 7.
Okay.
Yeah, like that small one is dead.
Ooh, Mama's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to talk to Dragon Boy about that crossbow after this fight.
Zashar?
There may be
Alright.
someone better to use it.
Me. That's why.
I just realized now that maybe I stole Zashar's kill. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I mean, at this point, I
I'll
can't afford
probably-
I can't afford to draw fire right now. So, if I move closer, can I still get it in tree cover?
I mean, it would be in a spot where, like, you would have... Are you wanting to get in a spot where you can attack?
No, I want to see if I can move closer and still be in cover.
Yeah, like this greenage over here, like, you can be... there's not good visibility. Like, if
Yeah,
you went to
moving-
the right.
Move me 30 feet into there, and I'm still gonna dodge.
Okay.
Like I'm still hoping they will come down at some point.
Yep.
Because yeah. I'm really not useful in this fight.
Mm-hmm. Their range attacks are exactly equal, actually slightly better than if they did all melee. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, and they're smart enough to just keep flying like they should, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they see you guys with your weapons drawn and whatnot. So, great. Then it's Jay.
Okay. I just don't want to be standing underneath any of them.
Okay. Like directly
Yeah.
underneath them?
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like I'm not right now.
No,
I see the shadows.
Shadows there.
Yeah. I guess I'll walk over to the dead baby.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to take another dodge action.
Okay. All right. Zeal.
I am going to shoot at another baby. I'll shoot at the one on the right. Compared to me, I guess. Yeah, that one. 13, so 19 total.
Yep.
And 8 damage.
Okay.
And I'll just move. I'm not in any cover. I'm just going to move away from Mel. Wait, no. Never mind. No one's near me. I'll stay right there.
Okay. All right, they're up. The big one is going to launch all of its attacks at Imelda.
All right. So you tell me the rolls the rolls to hit, and I'll probably use a cutting words if any of them get close. Okay.
Okay, I'm on the to hit.
Yeah, I don't. Right.
Okay, first is a 16 on the die.
I'm going to use cutting words.
Okay.
Make that a 13, which
Okay.
misses me.
Well, that's what it is on the die. It's not including its to hit bonus.
Oops.
You made the same mistake last time you used cutting words. And you specifically said on the die, and
Yeah.
And I made the same mistake again.
All right. Well, an 18 hits you, right?
Sure does. Wow, I didn't realize that their attack bonus was that ridiculously high. I also, like Frank said, made exactly the same mistake last time.
You'll remember next time.
No, I won't.
I'll roll the other hit. Do you want to know the other die rolls?
It's insignificant because I only get one reaction around.
I see. Right. Okay. Well, the other two miss. Hit is for 9 damage.
All right.
All right. The little ones are gonna take your bait.
Oh.
And Mama's gonna like turn around and yell at them, but it's already too late. They're coming down to flank Jay.
What language do they speak?
They actually speak common. You don't know that though. Only
Thank you.
Zelos.
We don't know that.
But I'd be able to hear what she screamed at them, or maybe she was just like ah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more of a non-verbal.
more of a non-vocalization,
Yeah.
or a non-verbal
Yes.
vocal, but yeah.
So they're gonna have +1 to hit, but still disadvantage. And they are going to do a bite and a claw, is what they're going to attempt to do.
Well, at least they're on the damn ground.
Yeah.
All right, so bite at disadvantage. Will miss. Claw at disadvantage. Will miss. Man, disadvantage with AC 19 is just like a fool's errand.
Yep.
Bite at disadvantage, fail. Claw at disadvantage, fail. Yep.
I'm fulfilling my destiny as a meat shield.
Yes, you are.
All right, and then it is Tars.
Well, I'm going to attack the mother again with an Eldritch Blast.
I heard the sound of that Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, that's a siren going by my door.
16 plus 6, so 22.
Yes, solid hit.
I really like the idea of Eldritch Blast making that sound.
10 damage.
10 damage.
10 damage, and I'm pushing her 10 feet.
And with that sound, it definitely flies in a spiral pattern too.
Right.
Like a proton pack or a special beam cannon.
That's what I thought too. Special beam.
Diabroth.
How far away are the babies from me?
From you, the nearest one is about 45, 50 feet.
Okay, I'll move up 30, and I'll take a shot at the big one.
Okay.
What are the reload rules again for heavy crossbows?
So the loading property just means that
25.
if you would normally get multiple attacks, you can
Oh,
still
you just get the single one.
you only
Right.
attack once. Yes.
Okay.
Unless you get some crazy feats.
Yes.
I got a 25.
Yeah. Definitely hit.
All right. That's 5 damage.
All right. It does not light on fire.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. Right.
Heavy crossbow. Oh, I'm not proficient with that.
Imelda.
Yeah, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, two can play this game. I'm just gonna take a shot on the large one.
Okay. Yeah, you have a bow of some sort now.
Yeah, I've got a short bow to hit, and it's a 20 non-natural to it's a 20 non-natural to hit.
That hits.
And there you have 4 piercing damage to it.
Okay.
Okay. Also, as a bonus action, I'm going to give an inspiration to Diabroth. Line it up and take the hit. So you can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. I advise you to do it on the next attack roll.
Okay. All right.
All right. Zashar.
Okay. I can't get into melee at this point, can I? Too far away.
No. Yeah, you're
Then
almost.
move me 30.
Well, you're about 60 feet, 55 feet.
That's okay. Move me 30 feet, and I'm going to shoot a ranged attack at the mother in the sky.
Okay.
This time the bless made the difference. 21.
21 hits.
So that's 10 damage max on her. That's good.
Yes.
Oh, seriously? Amazing.
Wow.
That's also temporary hit points coming back. Amazing.
All right, Jay.
Are either of them injured?
Yes. Yes.
One behind.
Yeah, the one in front of you actually, I think, is heavily injured.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's. Is
All
it
right,
the
I'm
one?
gonna
Yeah,
attack
never
that
mind.
one.
Sorry, it's the one behind you is heavily injured.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the injured one.
Okay.
22.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna turn it into a pushing attack. So I deal 12 damage. Damn.
Fighter's gonna fight.
Whoa. Oh, Jay. Oh no, you have to lose your attack. Never mind. Forget it.
Pushing attack. So I deal. Yeah, then that's it for me.
Okay. Zeal.
Yes. Sweet. All right. Well,
You'll finally
I'm
get
going
sneak
to
attack.
attack it again.
Yes.
Attack of 1 right there,
Mm-hmm.
and get my sneak attack in. Hits. Oh man. Oh,
12.
13 total.
No, a 12
Oh,
won't.
13.
Sorry. Its turn.
With my bonus action, I tell Jay, aim for the head.
Nice.
Okay. I think it's gonna try and run away.
Ooh, attack opportunity. You get advantage.
Or will it disengage?
It's gonna disengage and go fly 30 feet up. Well,
It's not-
I guess like 15 up and 15 over.
It's not getting away.
It's not Humphrey yet.
And then it is Tars.
You're not leaving yet. Eldritch Blast.
All right. You might need to get closer, but you can.
I'll run up 30 feet. That's fine.
Yep.
Does that get me in range?
Actually, it needs to be 120 inches. That's 20 inches.
No,
Or
200,
sorry,
240 inches.
20 within 24 inches. Yes. So you're good.
2 plus 6, 20.
Yep.
4 damage.
Okay. This one had been uninjured, I think.
Oh, I'm going to use my bonus action and chase after it. It's not getting away.
You can do that on your turn. Right
No, that's
now-
what I mean.
Now it's Diabroth.
Add that d6 to your roll.
Yeah.
You don't have to
I-
commit until you see the die roll, though, right?
Yes, that's true. That is true.
All right.
Can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Oh man, I'm gonna add the d6. That's 15.
Then it hits.
Yes.
That's the first time you and I have actually been able to pull off that combo. Other times I give you the inspiration and you like die before you can use it.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 damage.
10. Oh. Well, that's a good hit, but it was uninjured before, so it's still up.
Shoot.
Didn't Bronson just hit it for 4 or something?
Yeah. Yeah, they have 20. They have 24 hit points.
Okay.
Here's 10 more.
Mm-hmm.
Can do it.
Then it's Melda.
I also want to move up 30 feet
Okay.
closer.
Got it.
Move up 30 feet, take another shot.
Okay.
This time it's a 16 to hit.
It hits.
But only 4 damage.
Okay. Zashar?
Oh, wait a second. That was a d6 plus 2. Whatever. This was a low average roll anyway, so I'll keep it if you don't mind.
Sure.
I rolled the 2 on a d8 mistakenly.
Sure.
But yeah, 4.
Yeah, I'll move up 30 and blast it as well.
Okay.
Still blessed?
Yes.
Yeah. Diabroth didn't get hit.
No way. I got a 5 and a 1, so.
Nope.
Is it AC 11?
Nope.
I think it's 13, maybe 14.
Jay?
Can you can just keep using the bless effect? It's not a one-time thing?
No, it's concentration for a minute.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Best spell in the game.
And I added what, a D4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm dropping my shield and my axe. I'll take out my bow and I'll take a shot at it.
All right.
Yeah, got a 23.
Yep.
Four damage.
Oh, it's still up.
Oh,
No.
It has 2 damage left. I just need to hit it.
All right, and it's your turn.
And I'm attacking. Oh, I rolled a 16, so 22. I get a +4 to damage anyways. See how bad I did. Yeah. Did 9.
Nice shot, Seal.
Wow.
All right, we cleared up these horrible creatures.
I want to look in the air. Nothing else
I wonder
flying
if a
toward us?
nearby town would be interested or like to know that we did this for them.
Manticore is edible.
They're intelligent, so are they carrying anything on their bodies?
Yeah.
Not on their
interested in
person.
these- I'm more interested in these spikes. Like, that
They
shot
might have
out.
a lair somewhere, but it might be hard to find if they fly to and from it.
Right. Yeah, oh, that's pretty much common sense. But yeah, we should take some of their spikes as a trophy. And in
Yeah,
case
they-
anyone... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they look like they could be used to make weapons. Like, that's my first thought, getting them stuck
Go
with
ahead.
me and they hurting.
No, they're not really sturdy enough for that. These things they regrow and shoot them out like daily. They actually regrow. They regrow all of their used tail spikes after a long rest. So I imagine they're like, porcupine spines. Probably look kind of brittle.
how many attacks can they make with those?
The adult ones, the regular ones, can make 3 attacks a round.
For how long before they run out?
They have 24 spikes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So, they can attack a lot.
yeah. And they can actually, their range is up to 100 feet. I had them close, but they could have been way up in the air.
I would have still shot him down. I mean, I guess I could investigate the area to see if I could find the lair. But if there's any type of tracks or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth spending 10 minutes trying to do that and see if we can get any clues at all. If
I
not,
mean,
we can just give up.
Roll.
Yeah,
Who rolled the knowledge nature before? Was it Zeal?
that was me.
Roll an insight.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, man, why do you have to give me wisdom?
Are you?
Well, I
not
rolled
wise?
17.
17.
Straight 17.
The fact that it's yelled out and called its mom and kids means
It must be very close.
probably very close.
That's right. And we know which way they flew in from.
Are there any kind of hills or mountains around?
No, there are some large trees.
The direction that
Yeah,
they
we
came
saw which
from,
way they-
I'm going to send Crowley out.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Crowley should be really good for this.
Yeah, flying owl. Totally, this makes sense.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to go scouting around can, I guess, just roll perception and.
Yeah, I'd love to help with this sort of thing.
I don't want to get too far from the group.
Oh,
since I'm
my
hurt.
goodness. Oh, yeah, perception.
So you got a perception
Hopefully you can see
16. It's 16 is Amilda's perception roll.
I rolled a 20.
Okay.
And an actual D. I got a crit, but +2, so I got 22.
Okay.
Trying to show it, but it's.
Then that's definitely going to be
I
good
don't think you
enough.
can crit.
It only takes maybe 10 minutes, and you're able to find. It's like a really big tree that's kind of partially like fallen over, but is well braced amongst another tree, and where they meet, there's like this enormous. I mean, it's like a giant bird's nest, except big enough for like.
Do I find it first?
You guys aren't that far apart from each other, so I mean,
Okay.
maybe you
I can
spot
still
it.
run and
But,
jump inside.
yeah.
I'm not going to. That's not what I'm doing. 'Cause
Also,
I
it's
don't-
up.
I don't know if
Also,
there
it's
has-
up in a tree, so.
I'm acrobatic, and I have a grappling hook and
Mhm.
100 feet of rope.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will climb up the tree and send a grappling hook or rope down for everyone if they want to come up.
All right. Zeal takes the initiative in climbing up the tree that you guys find.
Oh, no check. Well, I guess I'm not in a fight, so.
Yeah. It's not that difficult.
Does anyone else want to come up? Yell that down?
Yeah, Crowley's going to fly up after you and watch you.
I will see your bird. If
The
you
observing owl.
It's,
Meaning you're gonna be
I'll be
watching.
watching you. Yeah. I got my eyes closed on the ground and I'm watching you.
Oh, you can't beat my sleight of hand. Well, anyways, what do I find?
Crowley's
God,
got
Sean never
keen
gives
eyes.
Yeah, I have to look up what an owl has.
The old rogue tax.
Yeah, Sean never gives up.
I got a +8 to sleight of hand, so come on.
Well, we don't even know if you found anything yet.
No, that's what I'm asking.
It'll be something like a shield or a glaive. How are you going to slide a hand
I
down?
know. It'll probably be like a great sword.
There's
of
a
some
suit
sort.
a suit of plate mail. I sleight of hand it into my. I guess I don't.
All right.
I put it on in a non-defensive way.
All right. Yeah, there actually is amongst their amongst the whatever fur and bones and other stuff up there, a small collection of coin and something else.
Oh, something.
Hey guys, I found some coin. I'm throwing it down.
Oh.
All right.
Just the coin. Maybe.
What would a Manticore want coin for? I mean, maybe like a magpie, they carry it to the nest because it's shiny or something.
Well, no, probably on the dead bodies. There's bones.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Scissor in people's pockets.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
been attacking merchants and such. So
They probably just eat the whole body there and bodies.
Spit out the gold. That's fine.
okay,
Or crap it out.
I need to look this up.
If they need to take in enough calories to regenerate all those spikes, they're probably not very picky eaters.
Yeah, probably not.
Let me just look this up.
As far as Zashar says, like, as far as I'm concerned, this is a successful venture, even if I spent most of my time getting spikes hurled into me.
Well, it's also, yeah, it's successful too because other people who try and take the shortcut aren't going to get waylaid by these damn monsters.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
It's going to be a legendary longbow of Sahani, the god I worship. Fine.
All right. It is. Well, it's a coal black colored smooth rod, about 1 inch thick and 2 feet long.
I found the fucking wand. Damn it.
Yeah, it's a rod.
The
It
wand.
is
Not
a
a
rod.
wand. Well, if you're disgusted with that, you can pass it down to me. Maybe I can take a crack at figuring out what it is.
Yeah, I don't. I can't use magic items when I don't ever
I can
play.
identify it. If you give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll climb down with it and give it to him. I don't want to just throw it. I don't trust you in
I'm gonna
catching
say
it.
that's worth the wait. I don't know much about magical objects, but I know that using them when you don't know what they are can have disastrous results.
There's also a bunch of coin.
Yeah, I already got the sheet open. You just let me know. I'll put it in.
All right, there's
I'm not
100.
taking the coin. I'm plenty.
There's 100 gold and 120 silver pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, let's identify this thing.
So I need 11 minutes to cast.
I can tell you that it's not a tentacle rod.
Why do you know what that is in particular?
I don't want to talk about it.
So yeah.
Okay.
If it's magic or otherwise magically imbued, I learn its properties and how to use them.
Okay, yeah, you can cast Identify
Cetera,
as
cetera.
a ritual.
Yes, I can. It's part of my ritual stuff
Wow.
in my book.
Okay.
Shadows.
All right. When you finish your incantation, your eyes go a little wide. This is a rod of the Pact Keeper +1. In fact, you're almost like, is it fate that I found this here? So what it does is it gives you a +1. It's specifically a warlock
Okay.
equipment. Although I mean, Zashar might be interested in this as well. It gives you +1 on spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs of all of your spells.
Wow.
Spell attack rolls and
the spell
saving
DCs.
DCs?
Yep.
I'm trying to not to rely on magic. I think you should take it.
I will gladly take this. And it was called the Rod of the Caster.
Pact Keeper.
Pact Keeper.
Also, it has one other thing. In addition, you can regain 1 warlock spell slot as an action once per long rest.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is amazing.
You randomly rolled this?
I did.
Wow. Okay.
Great item.
This is amazing. Thank you very much.
For gold, everyone got 16 gold and 87 silver.
Great.
Sorry. Yeah.
Does that mean that the rogue is keeping the change?
Well, I mean, no. That's exactly what it dividend
Oh, it actually
divided.
divides. 100 divides by
it's-
6. Does it?
Yeah, it's 16.66. So I mean, with the silver, everyone gets 16.86 gold. Plus, I want to just give 16 to everybody, and I keep 5 gold or 4 gold.
Yeah, if you give him 16 gold, that's leaving 4 gold unaccounted for.
Yeah, I can sleight of hand that. I don't care.
I need all the coins I can get because I spent all of mine on a potion of animal friendship.
I did give Jay. Oh no, yeah, I did give Jay a 25. I didn't say it was a loan. I just gave it to him.
How much
Yeah,
silver
with
was
interest, that's probably like 30 by now.
Pretty much what it would turn into is if you guys get 16 gold, and if I wanted to keep the rest, I get 20.
And I just turned that armor into 1 negated hit at least. Except there was 1 attack that missed me by 1.
We can talk about your repayment terms for that loan later on, Jay.
Well, I'm going to pocket that other 4 gold. I rolled at 18 plus. I got 26. Sleight of hand.
I don't see anything.
Can any of you beat a 26?
Since it's past, no, that's not gonna happen. I think even by the rules, I can't even do that. Even if I rolled a 20, I don't think I could beat that.
Still being fair, I'm giving you 16. I get 20.
All right. Well, with the danger past, you guys, where did we leave off? So we left off. This was on day 2 of 3 through the wilderness. So there's still a little bit of the day left. Like you could travel a little further, or you can certainly short rest where you're at as well.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do a short rest and move on a little bit more.
I think my horse needs a little break here. He's at 1
Oh
HP.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I only have 8 hit points left, so if there's any other healing, I'll take it.
We'll do the usual song of rest during the short rest. So if you use hit dice, regain an extra d6.
Yeah, I'm full, so I'm just going to keep watch in the tree.
Okay.
Great. I'm going to do a d12 and a d6 then for regaining hit points.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be back in like 30 seconds too.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't forget to put your 16, distribute it on the sheet.
$16 gold and what, 20 silver?
No, just 16 gold to everyone, and I kept the rest.
Oh, you kept all the silver, huh?
I totaled it up into. It's just easier to say it that way.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to break. I'm not going to cut gold pieces into 6s or whatever.
That's what they did back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm not going to do that as a rogue. It's a federal crime to deface currency.
Where do you even track hit dice on these character sheets?
On
right.
I was having the same issue.
On D&D Beyond.
Yeah. I see hit points. I mean, obviously.
If you click the short rest button up at the top.
Oh yeah, it has 4. Like I have 4 squares. Yep. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I didn't actually realize that.
Okay, because I spent
I'm not
2.
using it.
I spent 2 of mine. I spent my 1d12 and 1d8.
You added your con modifier. You add your con modifier twice then.
And do I add the d6 to every single one, or just
no,
D6
just
once?
no, just one.
That's
Like,
what I assumed. Yeah.
Here, if I was to pop this out. Oh shoot! This document doesn't have the short rest button on it.
All right, I figured it out. It's okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
The thing is that those automated things don't take into account buffs like the one that I'm giving you, so you still gotta pay attention to that too.
Yeah. All right. Well, presumably you travel, the rest of the distance you can before nightfall. Make camp for the second time. It's 3-day journey, 2 nights, and you can set up guard and such, but nothing else. Nothing else happens that day or that night.
Okay.
And on the third day, by like midday, you reach Elturel.
Good. So we have enough long rests to get all of our hit dice back.
Yes. Let's get these corpses out of here.
Does Elturel have like nobility? I'm not. What exactly kind of city is it? Is it just like another major city?
It's the
Right.
paladin. It's the paladin city with 2 suns.
Yes, it is the capital of Elturgard, which the nation of Elturgard, if you're looking at the map here, basically reaches. If I were to draw on the map, basically reaches this whole area. And I'm just going to delete this after I write it. Let me pull up.
Damn.
And I actually have a map I can load of the city, although I don't really expect we're going to need it that much, but it looks nice.
Yeah, I just looked it up too. I just looked it up on Google. I'm trying to see race is human. Oh, man, just only humans. Jesus freaking. Don't hear me say that.
Tars, I'm interested if during your studies you have gotten any more clues as to who your patron might be, since you got the book and all.
Possibly. I need moments to think of things that aren't what we're talking about right now, and I'll be right back.
So this city's on a river, huh?
Yes, the river Cheonthar, which is...
And I assume that's like a ferry route across it, not a bridge or nothing.
It is a bridge.
Really?
It's actually one of only like 3 bridges on the entire stretch of the river in between the ocean and the reaching woods far to the east. Scornubel has a bridge, Elturel has a bridge, and Baldur's Gate. Most, like, famously, Baldur's Gate is like the only bridge for hundreds of miles, if not thousands, towards the end of this river, which is where it's at its widest. In fact, it's like over 1,000 feet wide at that point, so it's like all this major trade traffic that goes along the coastline has to pass through Baldur's Gate to get across the river.
That might be why it's called a gate, huh?
Exactly.
Well, or you could put it on a barge or a raft or something, but sure.
Right.
Well,
but
it gets the river and
Yeah.
cross it and over it.
Mm-hmm. But typically they go through Baldur's Gate. That's where they have, teamsters and such to deal with it.
Collect the bribes.
Although actually this looks like a dotted line. Maybe it's not a bridge. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is supposed to be. Like
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I was like, that's an awful jumping puzzle like looking bridge.
It is, yeah. It's not really clear. Maybe you could find it somewhere in the lore. I haven't read the full source book on this city, but
Well, it's probably not important unless we're, doing something at that on the river.
yeah, and you are coming.
Well, actually, it is, but it is important because otherwise we would need to cross it to get there.
Well, from the road that because you're coming from a less traveled road.
Yeah, we're coming from the south. Maybe it does matter.
Yeah, you otherwise would have passed through Scornubel, probably crossed there, and then arrived from the north. but I'll say that there's a ferry of some sort that you can book across. That's cheaper free.
The city was ruled by trolls, then by ogres, then by orcs, and then humans took over.
Yeah. Imelda, you know some of the history of this city, I believe.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
Do you know what do you know about the companion, the sun? Like, how long has that been there?
It's as far as the age of the world is concerned, it's pretty recent. It had to do with magical events from, oh shoot, don't quote me on the exact date, but I would guess maybe 200 years ago or something like that.
Much more recent. It was actually only about 40 years ago. So
Oh wow.
a lot of it was there was a major attack on this city from undead. The you can see nearby there is this area called the Fields of the Dead, which has been like a many wars have occurred in these fields over centuries. In fact, over the last like couple thousand years. So occasionally, like, dead get risen, and I don't, there's a whole. It was some major event, probably in like second or third edition or something, but the city was almost overrun. But like at their like last moment, as everybody's like praying for something to save them, this ball of light appears, and it basically like burns the flesh or is extremely uncomfortable for all undead, and that turned the tide, and they were able to win the war. And it's been standing in the sky for ever since for the last like 40 years.
Well, might not be burning my flesh, but it's burning my eyes.
It's still uncomfortable for lots of non-undead too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Zashar.
Yeah. It's all right. At least decent people live here.
I might put Crowley in his little pocket dimension for now.
That's a good idea, because
Yeah.
this city is full of paladins, and your companion is a fiend.
Yes, I think it's time to say good night to my little owl friend.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear you say that, because I had a little thing planned if you didn't. So, well,
Okay, so let's, before we split up and start doing our own things, let's review the business we've got in town, right? So we're supposed to meet up with that half elf. No, that he's a full elf, isn't he?
He's a half elf.
That half elf.
Yes.
Leosin.
Yes, Leosin.
So he requested that we meet us here, and I know that he gave us information about how to find him. I also have somebody that I need to visit in this city. A friend of my father's who was the one who put me around the track of these Tiamist cultists in the first place.
Well, the two are in the same location. That you discovered that back in Greenest.
Oh, right, the Dragon's Nest Tavern or something like that, right?
Pair of Black Antlers Inn.
Oh, Black Antlers Inn.
Yes.
Yeah, Dragon's Nest must have been something else. Okay, so that's where I'm going.
I'd like to go with you there. I want to find out more, as much as I can, about this cult before we face them again, and report to them what we know.
Yeah, I plan to. But in the meantime, though, this place looks like they might not be so. For people like Zashar, it might not be so easy to get around. Paladins, no offense to our friend Diabroth, they can be a little bit touchy and inflexible.
Yeah, I don't want to be left alone.
I'll stick with Zashar for certain.
Yeah, any nefarious acts in this city could
Probably done by me.
Could get you jailed for a long time, if not worse.
So we should figure out where we're staying and a place to meet then, before we do our errands.
Yes. Are there
Sounds like a plan.
public places that you pay to sleep, like there were in that other town?
Yeah.
Well,
My
the
friend,
place
there
you're supposed to
probably
be
are.
meeting Leosin and Ontharr is an inn, but there are others in town. Well, I guess it's a tavern, so not strictly for sleeping, but yeah.
Everyone gets another gold room.
All right.
He's banned
See, this
for-
is where the rogue tax goes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 different inns in town, and like 3 taverns, including the pair of Black Antlers. Do you want
Let's grab an inn.
Do you want
here.
a list of them?
Sure.
All right. I will post in Discord.
Oh yeah, you can use your fun name generator.
I'm using the ones actually straight from the wiki for this one.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, the Forgotten Realms probably has a bunch of writers that were paid 2 cents
So-
a word to write it.
Yep, those are the inns in town, and then there's taverns as well.
So it's the Black Griffin, the Dwarf's Pot, Gallowgar's, Hondakar's house, Fonter's Unicorn, Orin Wagon Wheel, Simbrel's house.
Are any of them like noble-ish
I'm gonna-
looking? Because I don't want a ratty bed.
I'm gonna see if I can figure out which one has the best beer by asking around.
Oh, actually, the Black Griffin is just the first one I clicked on. It is it actually caters to the more quote unquote monstrous clientele and visitors that are otherwise kind of unwelcome in Elturel.
That's going to be the most interesting place to stay by a long shot.
I like the sound of this place. Let's go to the Black Griffin.
Yeah, if you be
Actually,
like
no,
there
my
with
gold
their beer.
Zashar, that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
perfect
not
place for
there.
him.
I gained this random brewery guild at like level 2 or level 3 or whatever. So I want to see if I can pick up some tips.
Brewery what?
I know how to use brewer's tools
Oh.
as a battle master for some reason. I learned like a trade.
First tip is that you need to be staying in the same place for more than one day to start brewing things.
Well, I'm just gonna start expanding my palate.
Yeah.
I've never had money to spend on good beer, so that's the first step.
Sounds right to me.
Here, I'm gonna post a link in Discord. If you guys want, you can read the section there. If you scroll down near the bottom of this article, it lists all the inns and taverns. Like if you want to test out your brewer supplies, you might want to check out one of the taverns. Although the pair of Black Antlers certainly is a place that you need to go to anyway.
I'm gonna put on my noble's clothes and go to Pontar. I'm not gonna stay there because it's 16 gold a night, but it's 1 gold per meal, and I'm eating there.
Okay. In fact, the Bent Helm is a tavern, but it says its main services provided is drinks, but then also tobacco and fights. And it's listed at a 1 out of 5 for its quality as a tavern.
Do they bet on fights there?
Or is
Yeah,
it
it
just
looks
well
like-
this is a town full of paladins. Maybe it's just where people get to go to get self-righteously angry.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in getting arrested, but I mean, there's a chance
like-
to hone my battle skills.
I'd like to try this out.
Yeah, this sounds
Let's
good.
head there for the tobacco and the drinks.
And I'll come with for the fights.
I,
It's got
I
something
might
for
go
everyone.
into the ring as well.
All right. So for now, you're all putting off going to the Black Antlers Inn?
I think that maybe I'll let these boys go and do that, and I'll go to the like as long as we have a place to meet later. I'm fine with letting people blow off steam and kick back, but I'm going to that Black Antlers Inn.
Didn't we say, Imelda, that you'd actually? I think we said that you'd actually been to this city before, like as a kid, like a long time.
Yeah, as a kid, sure.
You would also know that Ontharr is one who likes games like tests of strength, and these kind of activities typically happen at his tavern as well.
As well, huh?
And in fact, like the Black Antlers Inn is a little bit nicer, where the Bent Helm is a little more seedy. But I mean, it's totally up to you for what all of you are looking for.
Well, it seems like the rest of the guys have already have some plans.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll go find them later.
All right.
If it seems like the options for gaming and test of strength are way better at the Black Antler. But so I'd like to go there with Diabroth. That sound
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Zashar just naturally assumes you're the leader, says because you're the woman.
Well, you and Tars do your own thing. We know where to meet later.
Yes. Remind us, where are we meeting later so we do not forget?
Her Black Antlers Inn. It's in the
Excellent.
It's in the northeast.
Yeah. You guys
dock
come
district.
meet me. You guys come meet me there later. All right. That's perfect.
That's what we shall do. We're going to go and experience the upper world for Zashar.
Okay. Do you guys want to know what I'm gonna eat?
Please tell me.
I'm just reading the menu from the Pontar Unicorn. I'm gonna have some pheasant tail soup with my roast boar with all the trimmings, alongside my bottle of house wine. What is it? It's just a house wine. One of their Volo's Opinion wine. Delightful.
Dude,
How many?
You got
how many-
suckered.
How many?
Sarah,
How many
you
what?
go first.
I was gonna say, how many pheasants does it take to make a pot of pheasant's tail soup?
I was just gonna say you got suckered because the tail is made out of feathers.
Probably take the tail out of it, but
I've
it's
cleaned.
actually an item.
I've cleaned a whole lot of pheasants in my day, and the tail is all feathers.
It's a soup made of thick simmered meat stock and served hot. And
Well, there's that little tab on the turkey that some call the turkey's tail.
Yeah.
But that's like that's like a mouthful of meat for like one turkey. So imagine how tiny it is on a pheasant.
It's probably mostly stock, like you said. It's mostly
Yeah.
stock.
Well, you can
it's
get
named
shark
because they have
steak
3
there.
pheasant feathers standing upright beside the bowl.
It's a hell of an expensive chicken soup.
Yep, and that's where I'm going.
Sorry, my familiar was causing trouble.
And I'm gonna have a shark steak fried in seed oil.
They have shark steak? Aren't we like
Yes.
hundreds of miles from the sea?
Well, the thing about that is,
How unsustainable.
it's on this river. The river Chianthar goes to the ocean, and it's actually only maybe 2 or 3 days by 2 or 3 days with the current.
Oh, okay. So, well, they could just hook the sharks up to tow the boats up against the current, and then they get up here and they cook them. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, don't forget
Well,
that.
that's what I'm having.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
Okay. Well, I guess
out
everybody
these
going out for drinks and fights and revelry. I mean, you're able to find exactly that.
Are these sanctioned fights though, or is this just like this a good place to get into a bar brawl?
Yeah, they're like sanctioned. Like they've got like a, like a roped off area for like,
Ooh.
like boxing kind of.
Oh no, wait! I get that ability at level 7. I think I can like size people up and tell how good of a fighter they are, but I don't think I have that yet.
Yeah, that's also a really cool ability.
It's my Dragon Ball Z scanner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very. I was thinking that it's very, very like, oh, a samurai can always tell another samurai by the way they walk or the way they eat their food.
Doesn't it take them 85 rounds to go?
Either the dwarf pot inn is where he knows some guy.
All right, the Bent Helm has, let's see, drinks that they offer are unremarkable light and dark ales. Although there's also a rather robust stout, a rough potent sherry. They're all 2 copper a tankard. Wait, no food at all? They actually don't even
gotta
serve
try 'em
food.
all.
It's run by 2 brawny, hairy fighters, who have a crossbow on hand, like almost at all times, in case any of these fights go out of hand. But But they don't allow weapons actually inside.
So do you like put them in a locker or something?
Uh, they're expected to hand them to the bouncer at the door.
That's
And wait, sorry, not a bouncer. You're asked nicely by a curvy young woman. And if you refuse, then not so nicely by a pair of club wielding Ettins.
Oh boy.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a good time. So I guess you guys are off doing that. And Diabroth and Imelda, you're heading to Black Antler Inn?
Sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I subtracted 4 copper, assuming I've had at least 2 drinks.
Okay. And we'll say you guys also checked into your inn, the Black Griffin. Which here, let me see if there's anything else of note about that place. Just what
Yeah,
I
I mean, the plan was to meet there for the night, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, the scene, I guess, as Imelda and Diabroth, as you enter the Black Antler Inn, is like you clearly see Imelda. You recognize Ontharr in the room with a crew of. He's wearing his like full plate, surly big dwarf, and his crew, mostly humans. They're like kicking back drinks and laughing, and then like mixed in at their table, there's a bunch of really uncomfortable looking humans and elves wearing like robes. The monk like entourage of Leosin, and Ontharr and Leosin are like standing up and talking like by the bar.
So they're standing up and talking not at a table with their entourages, but separately?
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like 10 feet away or something. But, I mean, they see you come in, and, like, Leosin's, like, face lights up, and he, like, moves forward to, like, oh, my friend, like, starts talking, but before he can, he gets cut off by Ontharr, who's like, oh, Melda, who, like, and he, like, runs up and looks like he's gonna, like, give you a big bear hug.
Well, for old time's sake, I'll give Ontharr the rib cracking hug, or I'll give him the chance to give me the rib cracking hug that I always get from a strong dwarf in plate.
Yeah.
A strong dwarf of strength 18 or 20 in plate.
Yeah.
There's say something like
his picture.
Ontharr, it's good to see you again. That letter you sent me, well, we've followed up on it, made some pretty interesting friends along the way, learned some pretty interesting things too, and some very horrible ones. We need to talk right now.
He's like, well, hold on. We can talk business later. Let me get you a drink. And Leosin's like rolling his eyes and like really, I think this is pretty. And he's like, no, absolutely not. There's time for that later. And
Ontharr, my father always told me you'd be like this, so I get it. I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine, someone who's put his life on the line for our fight more than once.
Yes.
Wow, he looks you up and down. He's like, you look like a man who serves a higher faith. Am I right?
That is true.
You can see displayed clearly on his breastplate the symbol of Torm. Torm is another like god of justice. In fact, Tyr and Torm are both part of what's called the Triad. There's 3 very closely aligned gods that are all like gods of justice with slightly different pantheons.
I'll say hello, brother. Time is of the essence. There's an army marching towards Baldur's Gate.
He's like, he still is like, from greenest, that'll take him 10 day or more to get there. We've got enough time to have a drink, and maybe an arm wrestle. You look tough.
Well, I
put some money on it.
I'm not much of a drinker, but I'll try a arm wrestle with you.
All right. Great. He
strength?
slams down a couple ales and his elbow and waits for you to beat him.
What's your strength, Diabroth?
16. Oh.
Okay.
Do you lock arms with him?
Can I?
Yeah.
Is you're there, Zeal?
Put 10 gold down on. I put 10 gold on Diabroth. Anyone want to take it?
You're not here.
You're not here.
Yeah, you're there.
Oh, I thought we all met up already. Oh,
Yeah,
never
no,
mind.
you're
we
having
had
your
just met.
fancy meal right now.
Oh, okay. I still feel like there's a
It's a
gambling.
straight up strength
You
check.
can tell that there's an opportunity to gamble happening somewhere.
right,
He's
let's
like having
roll,
a second bite of the shark fin soup. Shit, someone's gambling.
Let's roll opposed athletics.
Opposed athletics. Okay, pretty much the same thing.
Yep. Let me double check his stats.
He's also 16 strength.
Right.
All right.
16.
What'd you get? You got
total.
a 16? Okay. All right. You're like, you don't, it's not like an immediate slam one way or the other, but after like 15 seconds, he gets you.
Wow. I admire your strength. Hopefully someday I'll be as strong as you.
He lets out a hearty laugh and like slaps you on the back, and he's like, I'm sure you'll get there. You're still young. And he's like, well, it can't just be the two of you. I heard a little bit about the rest of your friends. Where are they at?
4 of them are blowing off steam in the way that they need to after their journey here. However,
a little bit of revelry.
But I thought it was important to see you first. Like you yourself said, we got time to have a drink.
Well, yeah. Let's not to get into anything too serious until your friends meet up.
All right.
So they drink.
That'll give me some time to take care of some random business I may not be able to get to later. I've got these well, when we were fighting these cultists of Tiamat, I picked up these weird kobold fetishes. As you can see, they're good art, but I need a person who's interested in buying this stuff. You know of anybody who would be interested in this kind of merchandise?
He says, yeah, he gives you the name of the local trader, which let's see what it is.
Perfect. I've written down the gold values for these. So if you want to just fast forward to that, I can just get the total together.
Yeah. In fact, he tells you the name of a place. It's the trader. Okay, this is the the name I randomly rolled of this shop. It's it's Thirsty's Oddities.
Thirsty's Oddities?
Yeah.
He must be thirsty for more.
It's also run by a dwarf. He's tall for a dwarf, though. He says you might not even recognize him as one. And he gives you a tip. He says he's a pathetic haggler.
Really? Thanks. Okay, well, I don't want to take up too much of the group's time with my shopping, but I'd like to go there and convert these into cash. The market value, according to what you've told me before, is 280 GP. So this might be good if I can haggle for more.
Yeah,
Let's set the sale price at 350.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Great. I am a very persuasive young lady when I want to be.
Oh yeah, that would be the skill for haggling for sure.
Sorry, it's cocked. Can't seem to roll. It's only a 15.
Okay. And you said altogether, how much did I say it was worth?
You said it was worth 280. I said I would open with an offer with a request of 350.
Okay. He's like, well, would you, I maybe could do that, but, would you be willing to do it in trade? Maybe I have something here, of interest to you.
What do you got?
So this place has plenty of potions, potions of healing that you're used to seeing. A few other potions. He's got a potion of, he's got a potion of water breathing. These are not necessarily. These are some. I'll tell you the price of anything you're particularly interested in. He's got a potion of mind reading. Some dust of disappearance. And
we're not ever mentioning to Zeal that is available.
He has a couple scrolls: a scroll of chromatic orb, a scroll of beacon of hope, and this might be the one of most interest to you. And he pulls out from behind the from behind the counter I guess I don't know what instrument it would be. It's called an instrument of the bard. I actually don't know what it does, but it sounds relevant. Let's see. There's many different kinds. I guess I should roll which one it is.
Let's forget the scrolls. Chromatic orb isn't on my spell list.
Okay.
Nor is it on the spell list of anybody in the party.
Okay, it's a instrument of the bards. It is a lute, a DOS lute.
DOS lute?
DOS lute? Yes. Requires attunement. It's from the DMG, page 176. An instrument of the bards is an exquisite example of its kind. Superior to an ordinary instrument in every way. Play the instrument. You can use an action to play the instrument to cast one of its spells. Once it's been used to cast a spell, it can't be used until the next dawn. Okay, this one has. All instruments. So
it actually has spell slots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I'm reading it and it's like.
Okay, this might be really expensive. I'll check. I'll check my price chart.
Yeah, let's. I'm not just selling this for myself, so that might be out of my price range.
Well, you can make a note that he has this.
I am going to.
Yeah, it has many spells it can cast. I don't know how many spell slots it has, but it can cast.
There's no. This is absolutely out of the price range. Let's talk about these potions.
Okay.
You can only use the instrument once a day until the next dawn.
Yeah, I don't know how many slots.
You get one free spell: fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, animal friendship, protection of energy, protection of poison.
So those are all second level or lower spells. What is the normal? What was the price of potions of healing that we saw in the previous town?
50.
50. So why don't you give us 7 potions? How about 7 potions of healing for this? These kobold items.
He scratches his beard and he hems in his haws. You're like, you could roll insight, but you're like, you feel like he's just putting up an act. Like he's already like he doesn't really know what to do, but he thinks he's gonna do it. And eventually, after some like sweating a little bit, he agrees.
All right, great. So that's one more potion than we would otherwise get. Guys, just so we don't have to do the bookkeeping later, I'll take the 2 the bard tax, and everybody else add 1 potion of healing to your inventory.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Sounds great.
Oh yeah, the instrument is like 28,000 gold.
Yeah.
Why? Don't tempt me with this stuff.
I didn't know.
Hey, are we going to be in town for more than a week?
You don't know yet.
Oh, because I can set up a heist to steal that.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Sounds like a great way to in a town of paladins.
You don't understand what I'm capable of, given the time. I don't know about it yet, so I can't make a decision.
I'm not telling Zeal a word about the Dust of Disappearance. I don't even know what that is, but I don't want a rogue getting his hands on it.
Those are actually very reasonable because it's a consumable, item. So those are much more reasonable prices.
The wondrous uncommon item must be attuned to a bard.
The loot, yes. Dust of Disappearance is actually only 300 gold. I think it's just a one-time use invisibility or something.
Oh, that's way less abusable than I was imagining.
No, yeah, it's not.
However, I think it's still better that Zeal's invisibility is at the consent of the party's casters.
It's pretty cool. Maybe put a pin in this. You throw the dust up in the air, and everyone within 10 feet of you becomes invisible for 2d4 minutes.
Oh, that could be really cool. Well, still, it's 300 GP. I think the potions of healing are better. Okay, that's enough shopping, I think.
Okay. In that case,
I want to hear how Jay's fights are going.
All right, let's should we do a mock fight? Jay, are you offering up your?
So are these like fist fights and wrestling?
It is fist fights, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like boxing. No gloves, just punches. It's like a fight club.
All right. Well, I don't have any special skill with unarmed combat, but sure.
You can use some of these.
Okay.
Char.
Yeah.
While watching these fights, there is one rule: you do not speak of it outside of this tavern.
Okay.
That's a rule of in the above world.
What's the
Remember
second
that. The same as the first rule.
Except that they advertise fights inside their places.
All right, let's extrapolate out. I'm not gonna go through many rounds of combat. Why don't you give me why don't you just give me 10 attack rolls against AC 11 with I guess it'd be your proficiency plus strength to hit.
All right.
1 gold piece on Jay.
First is a natural 20.
Okay. All right, hold on a minute. I mean, if we're starting with a crit, let's see. So this would be bludgeoning. Broken ribs. All right, you start with a gut punch.
Pretty good one.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm just going off the flavor text more so than the ability or whatever it says for the action.
Yeah.
All right. And I would have used pushing blow on that one or whatever it's called.
Okay. All right. Does it an opposed roll or anything for the push?
DC's 14 strength save.
Okay. Oh, okay. He rolled pretty well, so he's still in the fight. You don't knock him out in one blow.
Okay. Oh, that's the crowd in the background. My second roll was a 12.
Okay. What would your AC be with no armor?
12.
12. Okay, so you're slightly better. I'll roll some hits with him as well. On the fourth round, he rolls a natural 1, but he had hit you twice by then for 2 HP total. Each punch just does 1 unless you crit, then it's 2.
Okay.
But he fumbles on his 4th round. Let's see what happens. He sneezes? No, he doesn't sneeze.
The lethal sneeze.
Just a taste.
True.
Your attack hits. Okay, yeah, he would you'd maybe dodge it, and he'd as he lunges forward, and he hits somebody in the audience. All right.
That's what those ropes are supposed to be for.
Somebody was leaning in too close. So, how many hits after? Well, yeah. Did you roll all 10 already?
No, I just rolled 2.
Okay.
Okay. 3rd one is a miss. 4th is a hit. 5th is a hit. 6th is a miss. Okay, so I had 3 misses, no other crits or critical misses.
All right, so you, in that case, hit him 7 times, once for a crit. He only hit you 4 times out of 10 rounds. So they
He critically missed.
yeah. So they let you fight for a minute. They ring the bell. The other guy's I mean, he's still standing, right? 7 HP is not gonna kill somebody or knock him out. But he doesn't. He's debating going in for round 2. And somebody's mopping some blood off his face and all that, and you only got hit 4 times, 4 damage.
Great.
Yeah, they just ring the bell again, and he concedes.
All right.
Did anyone take versus bet?
Yeah.
A bet for 1 gold.
Yeah, somebody in one of his buddies matched your bet. Yeah.
Oh, he matched it. So there weren't any complicated odds based on the scrappy newcomer.
Yeah.
I think even odds are just fine.
Yeah.
Friendly wager.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go and buy that guy that I just beat a drink and try just have a good time the rest of the night.
All right. In that case, rather than being pissed at you, he compliments you, says you're quite a fighter, and
a good fight.
Yeah. All right. Well, the night passes, and eventually, some of you might be kind of drunk / beat up. And I don't know. Do you want to meet up? Where do you want to head next?
I think making sure we get a meal, since the Fight Club didn't have any food, we can make it a hasty meal so we can meet up with the rest of our party.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm gonna have an elegant breakfast for another gold.
Okay. The next day, unless you want breakfast for dessert. All right. Yeah, you guys eat, clean yourselves up, and let's say you all finally meet up at the pair of Black Antlers Inn. So you guys missed out on sort of I mean, you heard it, but I guess you missed out on some of the revelry. By the time that you get there, Ontharr probably would have wanted to put you through the same treatment you guys kind of already had. But seeing that you're all, fed and had some drinks and tired or whatever, he has you guys all meet with Leosin in a private room in the tavern.
Exactly what I imagined a dwarf would be like.
Well, Ontharr, these are the friends of mine. I've told you a little bit about them, but I think you should listen to them as they introduce themselves.
Yes, please. I mean, I've heard a little bit of, well, not even a full description yet. Please tell me. Tell me of the exploits. I've heard of the attack on Greenest, and that all of you jumped to action to aid them. I'd love to hear the story your battles and what you proceeded to encounter regarding the cult.
I'm going to draw upon my years of tavern dwelling and storytelling and try and relay this as in as fun of a way as possible, yet as quickly as possible.
All right. Yeah, we
You're
can
gonna
we can
fail.
extrapolate and say that you recount the story and let everyone pitch in when
Excellent.
they need to.
I would love that.
Give the spiel.
failed performance check.
By the way, Leoson's mostly like keeping quiet during this, but he does put out a bunch of like goblets and has like a pitcher of red wine and like pours you all some wine if you want it.
Sure.
Yeah. It's not the same quality as home, but whatever.
Sure, Imelda's not too good to have a glass of red.
Yeah, Cesar seems happy with it.
Always happy to share a drink with friends.
I'll stick to the fruit punch.
Good. We need somebody to not drink and pass out if it's drugged.
All right. Well, at the end of your story, he's like, he like nods and he says, "Well, man, at this point, you all know about as much as we do. But thanks to you, that's twice as much as we did a 10-day ago. A 10-day is like, in this world, every month is 30 days, so a 10-day is like a week. It's 10 days, but it's what
I mean, it's 10 days.
It's the expression that they use instead of a week. They say a 10-day. He looks over to Leosin, and Leoson's like, says, "My friends, I think it's time I tell you who I really am, or who I represent." And he pulls out from his under his robe a medallion that he was hanging around his neck with a symbol on it that I'm going to post in Discord. Yes. Do any of you know what this symbol is?
One of the Harpers, it seems.
I'm not surprised you would know. He looks around the rest of you for signs of understanding.
Cesar is gonna try and pretend like he knows what it means.
You can roll knowledge history. Anyway.
I probably do, considering my past. But I'm not sure it's good.
I rolled a 3, so that's a 7.
No, you don't.
I glanced over that chapter, apparently.
I
knowledge?
rolled a 3, and with a -1, that's a 2.
You almost confuse it. It looks kind of similar to one of the like family crests down in the Underdark, but you sure it can't be. I mean, it couldn't be that, right?
No. I was gonna try and like if it's a straight charisma check to just like try and pretend like he knows what it means, even though he obviously.
That's what I'm at. What's
I have
the charisma?
History.
Intelligence,
It's
right?
intelligence.
I have no bonus on this, and there's no way I should know it, but I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Is it an investigation?
I mean, they have an interesting history. So like whether or not you actually like spent, you're a book learned person, you might have heard some stories.
But by the same token, they probably prefer to keep their role in things subtle.
Well, the Harpers
I
have
got a
meant
14.
many different things over the centuries. Imelda, what do you know of our order?
In or out of game?
Go ahead.
Actually, Imelda actually knows much more in game than I, the player, do out of game.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that they're a buzzword and are deeply hooked into like bardic colleges, and are sort of a chaotic good force that has constantly got its fingers in all the different occult schemes happening in Faerun.
That's pretty close. Generally, the Harpers are dedicated to preserving furthering equality and justice, and to keep power out of the hands that don't deserve it. We work from the shadows. We're small in number, but have great resources. And Ontharr steps in, and he also pulls out a medallion, which is and he doesn't put you through the test. He's like, and I belong to the Order of the Gauntlet. Many of our goals are the same, but we're more overt. We trust in faith, order, and facing evil head on. Both of our organizations have been researching this cult of the dragon. Frankly, they're the top concern, we think, threatening the Sword Coast right now. I don't know what you all know of the history of the cult, but they've existed for centuries. But traditionally, we're small in number and purely focused in the creation of Draco Liches. They never worked with living dragons before. Now, this shift to emphasis on living dragons and Tiamat of all things is cause for concern. Also,
right,
they're on the move.
It's very concerning.
They're on the move and clearly onto something big. And currently we don't have great armies at our disposal to deal with them. Most of you probably are familiar with the Lord's Alliance. They throw that name out. You do. The Lord's Alliance is sort of like, I don't know, the United Nations of the Sword Coast. Like every city's like lord, whether it's the duke or lord or whatever they call us. No, the leaders of every major city in the Sword Coast are a member of the Lord's Alliance. At this time, we haven't tried, but we don't think that they would have any interest in this cult yet. They really are purely focused on the protection and betterment of their own individual cities, until we could prove there's a threat enough to the nation at large. It's really up to small organizations such as us.
So even with evidence like the maps and notes that we've collected from these cultists, as well as our own experiences, that's not going to be enough?
Well, it seems to me the cult was smart in where they were striking. They weren't attacking any cities that were part of or under the protection of a larger nation state or large city.
But that's going to change, starting with Baldur's Gate.
Well, it depends. It depends on what they're doing. And so in talking about the I guess the state you saw the camp in, he like asks you specifically, like, did you like follow the tracks like all the way out of the city and see where they led from there?
Out of the city?
Out of the camp, out of the Raiders camp.
No, we didn't track them from that point.
I thought we should have, but spoke against it. I think a small group should harry them as their travels and take out their numbers quietly.
I mean, the forces that they had at their camp, over 100 kobolds and near that number in men, is troubling for sure, but it's not an army to march upon Baldur's Gate with.
That's right.
It seems to me they've in short order acquired a large a small fortune, and are transporting it. But for what reason and to where?
Do you think they'll try and simply cross the bridge at Baldur's Gate and not cause any other trouble than that?
Well, from the map, and I would assume. Tell me if I'm incorrect, Imelda. But would you have shared the map and the ledger and all of that during this conversation?
Yeah, I would. I just mentioned it a second ago, but yes, I didn't explicitly do so before, but yeah, I would at this point I would certainly bring up the note and the map and say that we didn't check their tracks, but we made the best inference we could. However, it's true that we don't know their intentions when it comes to actually coming to Baldur's Gate. Your conclusion about that is reasonable. However, based on our experiences with them, and especially their dragon hatching experiments or whatever the heck that was, I'm inclined to think the worst.
Oh, speaking of which, Leosin speaks up at this point. He's like, "That's right. So they actually had dragon eggs."
That's right.
And what is the status of the eggs?
Omelet.
And Ontharr like shakes his fist and is like, "Yes, nicely done." And Leosin's like, kind of looks away. He doesn't like cheer about it, but he doesn't say anything. He goes like,
Didn't Leosin say he was gonna give us something when we got here?
Yes, he did. Of course, you would ask that. He's like, "You're right. Now is as good a time as any. I promised you this," and he hands each of you a bag of I think it was 150 gold.
I don't know.
That's what it's what he agreed upon for meeting him here and getting the rest of the information from within the hatchery. And he says or confirms, I guess, that the horses are yours to keep as well.
All right.
But
Diabroth horse moon okay?
Yes. Yeah, the horse recovers just fine. Actually, probably with the next day, you could have lay on hands it back up to full.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's really nothing that they could have. I mean, their path clearly leads to Baldur's Gate, but from there, we really have no idea. They could be boarding ships to go, God's knows where, or they could continue traveling further north onto Waterdeep, Neverwinter, but they likely have some sort of a base somewhere, perhaps, or maybe they're trying to purchase something within Baldur's Gate that is very expensive. I'm grasping at straws here, but
Well,
sorry.
Is there any way we can try and divert their path or intercept them halfway? Even maybe not with a force, but maybe not a full force to kill them all, but enough to scatter them or take out their leader.
Like, yes, that's a great idea. I mean, with your help and some of my men, let's just travel down the river, head south from Baldur's Gate, meet them in the road, and strike them down. And Leosin's like, Ontharr, no, like, think about it. Like, yes, those gold and jewels, we'd love to get those back to the cities that they were stolen from, but that's only dealing with the symptom, not the core problem. We need to know what their greater plan is. I think we need to follow them, perhaps, and find where they're taking it, and know what their greater purpose is.
Again, I bring up I don't want to go near Baldur's Gate. I'd rather stay.
Well,
I can't see my family again like that.
Leosin's like, well, I can't, I can't force any of you into this, and um, there's not necessarily more that we can promise you beyond long days filled with danger in the pursuit of good. But and Ontharr's like, there's nothing better than that anyway, right?
Danger is what will make me grow stronger.
You have my sword.
Oh my god.
And my axe.
I'm not going to stand my bow. And my bow for 100 gold.
Yes, and my sword as well. Little else I have little else left to offer.
What the two of you have said about, I think I'll join too. What the two of you have said about cracking this case has got me thinking about a couple of other possibilities. See, I view this as just another investigation, one that's likely going to get bloody. But yeah, I agree. It's most important for us to figure out their objective. Right now, until now, the best theory I had was that they were just going to accumulate more mercenaries. But I'm wondering if there might be another level to it.
Maybe they had to pay the dragon to get for its, cooperation in their last raid.
Yeah, that's you. I wasn't. He was there present, so yeah, he would. Leosin, like, didn't you find it strange, like that dragon, could have burned the entire city to the ground, but it didn't.
Well, if you're interested in plundering, you want to make sure that there's some place you can plunder, if not next year, 5 years from now.
Exactly right. Yeah, it must have been told to hold back. Well, I mean, I won't say it must have been told that, but that does seem like a logical conclusion. Ontharr says, well, whatever their intentions beyond or within Baldur's Gate, there's only one way in from the south. They will arrive at the and I'm going to switch the map of Elturel now.
I'm going to disguise if we go to Baldur's Gate, I have to disguise myself.
That should be no major issue for one of your skill.
I mean, I have to disguise all that good
I'm not interested in going back to my homeland either.
Here's
There's
Baldur's
plenty of
Gate.
places to hide in Baldur's Gate. It's huge.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate is a fantasy metropolis with over 100,000 residents. All travel from the south.
Yeah, aren't there
has
whole
to
campaigns that never leave Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, in fact, there's
recognize that city.
Yeah, there's a 5th ed adventure called like Murder in Baldur's Gate or something. That is, I can't remember. I think it might have already happened by this time frame. I'm not 100% sure, but sometimes they do tie it into this campaign.
By the way, if you have a fantasy setting or novel or scenario that is a murder mystery, you're contractually obligated to call you're obligated to call it Murder in blank.
Yeah.
Like seriously, all the D&D murders that like exist like have titles like of that style.
Yeah.
Like in the DMG they like mention like 2 books and they're both like Murder in Kryn, Murder in Waterdeep.
Yeah. You're right.
If someone was murdered in Waterdeep, I hope they were drowned.
Well, Baldur's Gate
Ironically, they died
of
of thirst.
town even than Waterdeep, I think.
So Baldur's Gate is near the coast, but not that close. Maybe 20 miles or something.
Yeah, that's right. It is. There's like a bit of a bay, like a a little bit of an open spot in the river here. But yeah, it's still several miles. It's just at a good spot for a large city to be built, I guess. But the river here, just as like an idea of the scale, this bridge, the Worm's Crossing, there's like this rock in the center of the river here that has like this fortress built on it. all these little squares are buildings. So this bridge, there's actually two bridges, is so large that there's almost like, you know, a neighborhood on each bridge. So it's got to be like, you know, probably 2,000 feet across. And Zeal for sure would know this, but I guess all of you except maybe Zashar traveled through Baldur's Gate on the way to Greenest or are from
Right.
there. So you all know that Baldur's Gate itself within the city walls is like a lot of big city metropolises. It's, you know, crowded streets, narrow crowded streets that actually don't allow, like, they're not even big enough for carriages to go through, at least for the travel that's coming from south to north that goes through the city. All carriages stop in this like Stony Eyes district, and goods are carted by hand or like wheelbarrow by teamsters to the Black Gate on the other side of the city. And then most merchants actually like sell their carriage in Stony Eyes and like buy new ones in Blackgate. It's a very strange system, but and there's like, of course, like attacks on either side. It's like expensive to get through, but it's like the only way.
Why don't you just? Well, never mind.
Why wouldn't you just go around? I don't know.
Why couldn't you just like cross the bridge and then go north from there?
I don't know if these are mountains or something. They like I mean, there's a mountain here.
I realize that, but
yeah,
oh well.
Yeah, it's I haven't read like the full source book, but that's how the process goes. So anyway, the goods coming from the south are going to have to arrive across the Worm's Crossing, and Ontharr mentions he actually has a friend in Baldur's Gate who's part of the this wagon business in Stony Eyes. He gives you the name Akin Celebon. He's a friend of the Order of the Gauntlet, and will help anybody who's a part of our order. Which, actually, speaking of which, maybe this is a good time to ask. It's not gonna be, you know, a requirement for us to continue working together, but both of our organizations are looking for people like you to join us, and there are benefits to being an official member of our organization, and either of us would be happy to extend an invitation to join. You can't be a member of both, but let us know. And he actually has, so they both have like extra like medallions they're willing to hand to any, if willing and interested to join either organization.
I'm very interested. I'd like to join. This sounds like a great opportunity to serve justice.
Ontharr like gives you like a big smile. And he's like, and reaches over for like a handshake. And he's like, somehow I knew you'd say yes.
Ha ha ha.
So that's Diabroth. How about anyone else?
It's like how binding is this contract?
Yeah, I mean, there is no fees. There is no it's we're looking for people with the right spirit, the right mindset. You can join and leave at your leisure, just as long as you're willing to help.
Former members aren't hunted down by divine spirits or anything like that.
Like Ontharr's like gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like Leoson's like, I think I understand, you know, where you came from. I think you have a lot to learn about the above world. There
I haven't been
certainly
here.
is evil like that above here, and that's what we're trying to stop. We don't want a world like that.
Says, well, no, I am happy to be out of it, and I don't wish it upon others. I'll think about it, and I'll let you know before I leave the city.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to join just yet.
What are the two orders called?
Order of the Gauntlet and the Harpers.
I'll join the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, Order of the Gauntlet is mostly paladins, clerics, specifically like divine, but anyone's technically allowed to join. Harpers is bards especially, but actually we'll take anybody. They do mention that there is one other allied order that is working against the Cult of the Dragon, but they don't have a representative here. The what is it? The Emerald Enclave, which are the like the druids and more people more focused on preserving the natural order. And you also won't really find much of their order within Baldur's Gate either, but and therefore they really can't extend an invitation to them, but they do tell you that they're involved as well.
But you'll definitely find the Hinterim there.
Leosin looks at you with shock and is like, why would you say that name? How do you even know of them?
It's the reason I don't want to go back.
He pulls back, he had his hand open with all these Harper medallions. He pulls his hand back and he's like, I think you need to explain yourself.
I think I need to leave.
And you do?
What's going on?
What's going on here?
Do you leave, Zeal?
Yeah, I walk out the room.
Zashar looks around like he wasn't listening. He was like, wait, what did he say?
Well, what's going on here?
This seems like a secret.
All right.
Who is he
Dark
speaking
secret.
about?
You all heard him say Zentarim. Do any of you know what that is? Or you're welcome to roll knowledge history on that as well.
Well, I'd ask.
19.
Yeah, Tars, you've heard of them, and in fact, and you've heard of it through your family. They're like, I guess the mafia of the Sword Coast, except maybe even a step above that. But they're worse than a thieves guild. They are they're not, they do dabble in theft and whatnot, but they're assassins. The rumor is that they have an ear in every court in the land, and are dabbling in the politics and working for their own kind of twisted plots.
Could they have something to do with the cult?
If they don't, I'm sure they take a professional interest in it, just like us. We do well to keep information out of their hands if possible, but it may not be possible.
Well, with Zeal out of the room, Leosin's like, how well do you really know him? What do you have any idea if he might have some? I mean, what did you say? He's trying to. What did you say? You're trying to avoid them or something?
He said
I just said that they're in. I pretty much said something like they're in Baldur's Gate. I didn't say anything else besides that.
Mm-hmm.
He said they're the reason he left.
Okay. Well, why someone like him might be of interest to the Zentarim?
He's rich.
Yeah, he's a noble. That seems like a pretty good reason. Like you said, they have ears in every court.
He like thinks for a minute. He's like, perhaps I overreacted.
An overreaction where I come from usually involves blasting someone with lightning.
Right.
Well, Leosin, I've considered your offer, your kind offer, to join your organization, but for now I'm going to decline. Last time I joined an organization, it didn't work out too well for anyone involved. Xanathar knows all about that.
Well,
Don't worry, I'll still support your. I'll still support your aims, and I'm not shutting the door to leave joining you at some point in the future. But for now, I've got to do this independently.
He sighs, but he like smiles and nods, and he says, "I understand."
You mentioned resources. Do you mean a network of allies and spies?
He nods. He's like, we have agents in every major city. Membership would include certain benefits: safe house, safe lodging, for free within every walls of every city, and potentially some arms and equipment, depending on the circumstances and the missions. You don't have to decide tonight. I mean,
We need to sleep on it. Thank you for the info, though.
What was that?
We need to sleep on it, but thank you for the offer.
Tars declines.
Yeah, same thing. I told him I'd tell him in the morning.
All right. So just so far, it sounds like just Diabroth joining the Order of the Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we can continue our plans tomorrow, but actually maybe just as a last note, kind of our time frame here. Well, actually, before that, let me. Lisa's like, excuse me. I feel I need to apologize to Zeal. I think he should be here. And where would you have gone, Zeal? Leosin goes out.
I'm literally just standing outside the door.
Stand outside the door. Okay. He comes out and he bows and he says, I apologize. It's I'm sure you've been through. If the Zentrum is looking for you, I'm sure you've been through hell. And
well, it's probably not as bad as you think it is. It's other reasons. They're not searching for me. There are reasons. There's other reasons. Also, I don't know if he would know what my family crest looks like, but show him my ring in case he cares.
He'll roll history. He's like, is that one of the noble families of Baldur's Gate?
Yep.
I see. Well, I think it says a lot that you've decided to leave them. And I understand why going into Baldur's Gate could be difficult for you. I think I might have something that can help you. Why don't you come back inside?
Okay.
All right.
I walk back inside.
All right. So the carriage, or the cultists and such leaving from their camp near Greenest. The journey from there to Baldur's Gate is, distance-wise, it's actually about equal to the distance that you just traveled to Elturel in about 6 days. But you were traveling at like a brisk pace, just on horses, with their numbers, but particularly their carriages. And he kind of like, they spend a little time kind of like mathing up like all of the gold and items listed on these ledgers. There's got to be at least two carriages if they were like packed to the brim, but maybe even 3 or 4 carriages just filled with crates of gold and jewels, by my
And
estimation.
that's not even going into things like their provisions, all the stuff that they need to maintain and repair their weapons and things.
Exactly. And horse-drawn carriage might only travel 15 miles in a day. Um, by any, just by a rough estimation, I would say it would take them maybe 20 days to reach Baldur's Gate from the greenest area. You arrived here in 6, although they left 1 day ahead of you. That means we've got maybe 10, 13 days before they'd reach Baldur's Gate. A ferry from here in Elturel can reach Baldur's Gate in 3 days easy. 2 if you travel through the night by lamplight.
Sure, you just go down, raise your, cast off from the dock and float down the river.
Meaning you'd have plenty of time to do any business you have here in town, and or in Baldur's Gate, and perhaps make some sort of plan to watch out for anyone you'd recognize entering the city. I know you didn't spend much time in the Raiders' camp, but you must have at least seen some people of note, and even just some faces of their regular guard might stand out.
We did kill the most memorable people, but yes.
I'm thinking of what was her name? Do you guys remember?
Frulum. Well, we took her out.
The survivor that didn't speak to you directly, but when Frulum was interrogating Imelda and Jay.
That was another dragon, right? Half dragon.
Yes.
And this one was sort of like a priest or something, or at least looked like one, maybe.
She was wearing like robes. Was like resting her hands on like a massive sword, like using it like a a walking stick or something. So like an older.
So we would definitely remember her, and then just plus random people we would happen to meet.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said that they had kobolds. Like is it really a normal thing for 100 kobolds to enter Baldur's Gate?
Absolutely not. But you said there was like local mercenaries and such that were with them. Those don't strike me as somebody very committed to stay with them. I suspect at least a portion of their forces were short-term sellswords just for this campaign in the south.
Yeah, that makes sense. Most of when I was trying to go through that ledger, most of what I found was notes for them essentially paying their hired help.
Interesting. Yes, that does seem to line up then.
But that is good news though, because if it's a smaller party, then we have a much better chance to do what Zashar suggests and harry their party before they even get into the city. Assuming we want to do that.
Leoson's like, I must just strongly advise against just facing them in battle. We'll never learn their larger plan if they're just killed.
But they'll never be able to enact their larger plan if they're dead.
Their larger plan can't be anything good.
Well, but I think
it's most opportunity.
I don't even see it us being feasible for us to take them all out. We were just talking about using tactics to reduce their strength, or making sure that when they do show up in Baldur's Gate, it won't be with full resources.
Correct.
Are you suggesting heading south from Baldur's Gate and what do you mean by like? Do you mean so you don't propose attacking them?
Maybe some sort of like a raid or something that would be something that we would sort of do a hit and run and damage their strength while still leaving them leaving a portion of them alive. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's.
We're not going
How
to be
well
able to
do they
kill them all.
know? How well do their surviving forces know your faces? There's something to say here for anonymity. Playing your hand could ruin what advantage we have of them not knowing you. You said Jay and Imelda were interrogated, but like who actually was a part of that, and who saw you?
At that time, it felt like every single eye in that bandit camp was on me, but I know that can't have been the case.
And um, you know, changing your your clothes and your hairstyle can go a great distance in blending in. Now that Resmer was her name, you did get the name at one point. Resmer, the parent leader, the Black Dragon, half dragon. Now she likely would recognize you. She's I'm sure very clever, but someone she would not be able to enter Baldur's Gate either, at least not without some sort of magic to disguise her form, because half dragons are known to be almost certainly always evil, at least of chromatic. I mean, just like a black dragon wouldn't be able to enter the city. So,
well,
fact,
the thing though is that if we do decide to head to Baldur's Gate, though, we would have at least 3 days to discuss our strategy, and there also might be new information that we would get in Baldur's Gate that would be able to give us a boost or a push one way or the other.
Yes, if they when they arrive in the city, assuming you let them get that far, Onthar's friend Akin, if they were to, because you're not allowed to transport the goods through the city yourself. You have to go through the city's network of teamsters.
I see what you're saying. We'd have a chance to intercept their goods.
Potentially, or more importantly, they'll know, they'll hear where they're headed. If the teamsters were told to bring them to the port, I think perhaps they would need to be stopped, because I mean, we could. Either way, we need to be told. We do have agents within the city. Perhaps we could book a ship and follow them, but it's awfully hard to tail a ship on the high seas in secret. But if they're traveling further north and get carriages north, either way, the Akin would know where they're headed, whether it's north or by sea. If they're heading north, caravans heading out overland north of Baldur's Gate generally travel in large groups, and if they're trying to, because oh shoot, my tabletop sim crashed. If they're but I can continue what I was saying without the map.
Yeah, we don't need the map.
Yeah, we don't need the map. What they're taking is essentially contraband. I mean, it's not. I mean, gold isn't illegal to have, but it is certainly like suspicious. If they might choose to like blend in with another merchant caravan heading in that direction, they generally travel in large groups of a dozen or more carriages with different merchants involved. It might be possible to blend in with that group and follow them.
What you're talking about really is interdicting a smuggling operation, but I'm in a position to tell you that even if you're a member of a city watch, it's very difficult sometimes to figure out those things.
To figure out where
well, if you don't know who you're supposed to be following, And even if you have a lot of people who are able to do surveillance and stuff, it's not always easy. A gigantic metropolis like that, there's a lot of places where money can go. So, you know, and what's more, if like like you say, they've got extra money to spend. So I'm not convinced that things are going to work out according to this plan, and they'll just conveniently hand over whatever they've got to these Teamsters in the city.
Well, it's not like you have to hand them off and just meet them on the other side of the city. They can travel with. It's just they have to pay the people to physically lift it for them. It's
well, the city watch is a step above the rest because they're trained by my family.
Is that right? The Flaming Fist? Is that what you're referring to?
I'm referring to Baldur's Gate. Most guards.
The Flaming Fist are the guard of Baldur's Gate. They are like essentially mercenaries, but they protect the city.
Yeah. Many of them are trained by my parents, or at least our family.
Well, it's unfortunate you're estranged from your family. Otherwise, that could be a very valuable connection for keeping an eye on these on this whole process.
I think the Flaming Fist, or I'm out of character now. I think the Flaming Fist is more of the majority of the army, but the actual city guard is trained by my family. Like the little they do have. So I can't be saying I have any control over the Flaming Fist, but others maybe.
I see. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there maybe is a separate city guard edition. I think the Flaming Fist is the most well known, but I mean, there's a lot of questions here and plenty of time for making plans. But perhaps we've said all we can say tonight, and we need some time to think about this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think there are plans to be finalized in the morning, and as you said, Imelda, we can make any final plans on the road there if anything else comes to mind or comes up.
Yeah, I think that by the time we arrive there, we should at least have arrived in some sort of general plan. Perhaps, I mean, like, obviously we'll want to gather information in the city if we can, and find any contacts we have. But our sort of, we should sort of be in agreement about the direction we want to take, whether we want to take the fight to them or try and lie in wait and surprise them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we set out tomorrow from here and head right for Baldur's Gate, make plans on the road, we won't dally too much longer.
And Ontharr says, I have a ferry booked. It's ready to leave as soon as you're ready. And in fact, it's even large enough for your horses if you choose to bring them along.
Why not?
I've grown rather attached to my horse.
Oh yeah? What's its name?
Zashar laughs.
Raging Beast.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Zashar laughs even harder at that.
Yes, tell me the story of its valor in battle, please.
It survived long enough for me to heal it again.
Well, with that, Ontharr says, let's enough of this serious talk. Perhaps one or two more drinks before bed, and tell me. I want to hear that story about the Manticores.
One or two more drinks. That's not like the Ontharr broom I used to know.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge.
Dad, if Dad could see you right now, he would not believe that you were the kind of guy to just have one or two more drinks. You've really mellowed in your old age, Ontharr.
He yells back. He's like, all right, shut the doors and open the kegs. Private party. We're going all out tonight. And I think we'll end there.
Oh, I was
boy,
gonna
what
talk
are we
to
getting
Jay.
into?
For some reason, I like Jay and Diabroth. My meat, shield, and dragon boy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make some decisions as a party, you know.
Right.
Definitely. But the road is a good place to plan.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's a dead body here.
I need to write up a little story for the way there about me.
You're still worried about people figuring out your identity, but I don't know. You have the ability to disguise yourself, don't you?
I do now. Not originally. But I don't want to leave you guys.
Well, I was originally thinking that if we were going to head south to sort of scout out the road to the south and see if we could gain any info on them, you could just simply dodge the city and meet up with us. Meet up with them to the south. But if the scenario means that we're going to be trying to pull some sort of switch up on them in town, yeah, you may not have that option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't want to. I don't want to treat this as like a railroad. I can probably adapt or try and adapt with whatever you guys decide to do. But yeah, I mean there is an expected path, and I'll just need to figure out.
I can pull in some favors, but I could pull in some favors from the city because it's not like I can't go back. It's just I could pull in some favors, but it's going to cost me more than money.
This is not apropos of this particular like D&D scenario, but like as far as transportation efficiency, seems like if you just set up a ferry that could like ferry goods across the river like 2 miles west of Baldur's Gate,
mm-hmm.
you
could make
would
bank.
like what is it there? They had this artificial barrier for the flow of goods. Yeah, I get it.
Roads over there though.
I don't know how expensive this tax is, and if you consider it like a day or two's journey out of your way or more, and potential danger of being off the road if there's like bandits and such, there's probably other factors. It does seem odd though.
No, it's bread.
Like, how do you transport something that's extra large? Like, what do they do with like an extra wide load?
Clear the streets.
You got chocolate on your face.
Yeah, the fact that like carriages can't like go through these streets, at least not. Yeah, I don't know.
And there's like nobody decided to like make one route that could go around the city. Come on. Well, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Got chocolate on your face, guys.
Maybe they have some kind of crane system where they, with pulleys and things, cart it all the way across.
Yeah. Really strong people. They've got like some like giants or something in service that throw it on their backs. They're like ogres that throw it on their backs.
Right.
What about stuff that you just carry yourself?
Well, you can carry that.
Yeah.
In your backpack.
So you don't need to pay a tax on anything like that.
Maybe
I
not.
think anything you can fit in your pockets is fair.
If that's the case, then what you would want to do is just have like a group of people who like are 500 feet from the official guys and who do it for cheaper. And they just like, here, I'll put all your cargo, I'll just carry all your cargo, problem solved.
Have you ever been involved or are you aware of what like the systems at like ports are like as far as like
I know that they're tend to be regarded as a den of thieves.
Yeah, like with the cruise, you literally can't even go there to like handle your own like goods that come off the truck. Like once the truck arrives, you're not allowed to like touch anything anymore. It's like it's union work. It's I mean, they've
All I'm
got,
saying is there is a gigantically interesting campaign to be made about being a Union scab in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
yeah, great, a good fantasy real life simulator. Yeah, sounds fun.
So yeah, before we part, like, what are you guys thinking about joining these wacky organizations?
I'm not ready to join up with anybody.
I'm already
not for
signed
me.
up.
If anything,
You know, it would be kind of totally in character with a bard to join up with the Harpers, but Imelda, for personal reasons, isn't gonna do that.
Come on.
At least not yet.
Some cinnamon toast.
Yeah, I feel like the Shar is still like, still recently.
Oh, sorry.
Still recently bitten by promises and joining organizations.
Right.
To answer your question from earlier, Zashar, I don't think I'm any closer to figuring out who my patron might be, but his nature's more obvious.
Mm. It would be something that would haunt
Loki,
me.
god of.
Oh, it does haunt me.
Well, I think I'll end the stream here. But cool, that was some good RP, I think.
Yes.